Hey everyone, this is Travis Gafford at MSI Day 3 with coverage presented by myself. I'm joined right now by Ivan, who is the owner and operator of EVOS. Am I saying the name right?
It's actually EVOS.
EVOS, okay.
EVOS Esports.
Okay. EVOS Esports. Okay. Let's talk a little bit. So Vietnam is like really good at League of Legends, it feels like, and there's so much fandom and passion from Vietnam. What has it been like for you operating and owning the team out of Vietnam?
It's actually very amazing. We actually just went into Vietnam last year before they actually announced the independent region. So we were quite lucky with that. We managed to get pretty good players. We're right now investing a lot in infrastructure and trying to help the local players get an even playing field with the international scene. But yeah, it's a work in progress. The results isn't that great, but I think going into Worlds, we'll probably do a lot better.
What do you think is missing in Vietnam? Like, what's the difference in sort of the infrastructure between Vietnam and the rest of the world?
I think in Vietnam, like even before we entered into the scene, coaching staff wasn't there, analysts wasn't there. There wasn't really any esports organization that actually invested in promoting the players, promoting the true value of being an esport player. So it's very casual.
Yeah.
It's very team based. Like, oh, let's form a team of 5 players and then play. That's it. So with us coming in, we're trying to elevate the level of professionalism within the scene. And the good thing is next season, there's actually a lot more international investors coming in. So I think Vietnam will definitely be top 4 next season.
Oh, that's exciting. Yeah, I mean, it's been really cool to see the amazing players that have come out of Vietnam, and now we have Levi joining in the NALCS. Can you give me a little bit about your background? How did you end up involved in Vietnam esports?
I mean, for me, previously I was doing venture capital investments, fund management, and then I always had an passion for doing esports. I saw an opportunity to enter 2 years ago in Indonesia. So we actually started off with a Dota 2 team with mobile games, and only last year we saw an opportunity to enter Vietnam, and that's why we actually entered.
And what do you think? What's it like for you to be at MSI with your team competing against all these other teams from North America and Korea and China and elsewhere?
Well, I mean, we actually came in here as an underdog, so fortunately we actually beat Supermassive during the playing stage, and I'm hoping that the next 2 days we do well during the group stage.
Yeah.
But even if we don't, I'm glad that the players are actually taking a lot of lessons and stuff to learn during the event. So the end goal is still to do well at Worlds for this year.
How are I don't know how much you're interacting with the players daily, but how are they enjoying the experience?
I mean, it's never fun to lose,
Yeah.
but you lose, you learn. So the good thing is they're all very positive about it, and they're still keeping a very positive mindset going towards the next 2 days for the group stage.
You said that you think we'll see Vietnam be a top 4 region next year. What else do you predict for Vietnam? Do you think that we'll start to think of Vietnam sort of not just from a performance standpoint, but in the same way we talk about China and Korea, that Vietnam will eventually be at that level too?
I think something for sure is definitely infrastructure will improve, salary will improve. Just a little insight, the viewership has actually improved drastically.
Yeah.
So after Riot Games actually took over the production for the BCS, I think viewership went from like average 90,000 to 350,000.
Yeah.
It's on mainstream TV, it's in cinemas, so it's picking up a lot of steam. So I think going forward, it's definitely a good contender to be a franchise league. It's a very good contender for a lot of foreign investment to go in, and I think overall it's looking very positive for the Vietnam scene.
What are the fans like? Because I've heard that there's a ton of fans over there, that so many people play League of Legends. I mean, what is the League of Legends culture like in Vietnam?
I think if you go to like the PC banks in Vietnam, almost everywhere, like 80% of people are playing League of Legends. Our players, when they travel anywhere, people actually know them, take picture of them. The meet and greets are crazy. I mean, it's a very different experience. It's almost like a soccer club, almost getting there.
Yeah. What's it like for you with this team to be looking at sort of North America that just went through a franchise or permanent partner process to see Europe heading in that direction, and sort of see like the infrastructure and all the buildup and hype that's happening in the West around esports?
Oh, I'm very excited for that. I'm actually looking forward to see it in Southeast Asia. I'm hoping that it comes, but even if it doesn't, I mean, it's still a profitable business. It's still a very doable business, and end of the day, the viewership is there. The one thing that I hope is that the VCS actually gets more international exposure, so like English streams, Chinese streams, and that kind of stuff. Because it's a really entertaining league to watch.
Yeah.
So much action. I actually love to watch it a lot compared to like the LCK. So,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Very good. Well, is there anything that you would say to any of the international fans out there that are, they've noticed the rise of Vietnam at a lot of these tournaments and kind of interested in the future of this?
Yeah, thank you all so much for supporting EVOS. Do keep a lookout for us. I'm very sure that going forward we'll continue to do very well. To the Indonesian fans out there, makasih dukung EVOS ya. Thank you so much. And to the Vietnam fans, so sorry that we didn't perform so well this time, but next time, EVOS will dig. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you so much for the interview. It's been great to talk to you, and congratulations on having the team here. Looking forward to seeing what happens with your team in Vietnam and the rest of your organization in the next couple of years. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. In these troubled days, we have to figure out what we really stand for and who we want to support. And I think there's a chance that maybe you might be interested in supporting me. And if that's something you're interested in, you can do so at travisgafford.com/support and patreon.com/travisgafford.